Hi, I'm Jessie.
I'm Andrew.
And we just saw Creed 2.
Creed 2. What is it about? Real fast, catch everybody up. Last we saw Adonis Creed, Apollo Creed's son. He had just lost to an Irish boxer who was like Conor McGregor if he were a boxer. And now he's been having like a pretty okay career. And at the beginning of this movie, he becomes world champ. And then Victor Drago, who is Ivan Drago's son, the man who killed his father in the ring in Rocky IV, has his son challenge Creed to a fight for the title in America, and then things go off the rails from there. There's a baby, there's an engagement, Rocky talks to Adrian's grave for a third movie in the row, and so that's all you need to know about Creed 2. What were your first thoughts?
My first thoughts, I thought it was really good. I think Adonis Creed is sexy as fuck. You don't think so?
I do.
No, you're sexy as fuck too, but I'm just saying, like, he is...
He's a hunk.
Just go get it and we'll stop. We'll cut it. Anyway, you're sexy as fuck. But no, I mean, like, he is a very attractive man. And just, like, his muscles and, like, when they're, like, all oiled up and stuff, like, I thought it was really good. I thought that...
It made me want to work out.
All those movies make me want to work out.
I know, but like this movie in particular, we'll get to it in a second, but it definitely had the best. Aw, does he want to come up?
You didn't see the movie.
I have some opinions on it. But the movie did have, I thought, like the best sense of action. Like it had, like the training scenes were insane. The fights hit super hard.
Okay, we'll come back to the training scenes, but I think overall the movie was really, really good. I liked how they used the idea for like the idea of women in the movie. Like his girlfriend turned fiance was just gave birth to a dog. Like his woman. That was horrible. His woman. His girlfriend turned fiance in the movie, like, plays a really big role in the reason that he is fighting, I think. And then same with his mom. Like, he turns to his mother a lot in this movie. And then Victor, his relationship or lack thereof with his mother, plays a huge role. Yeah. Huge
Women
role.
are huge, like, yeah.
I mean, 2018 is the year of the woman, and I'm so excited about it. And, like, movies are really starting to depict, I think, how life really is. Because I think that, when they're, for every strong male, there is a strong female standing beside him. And I think, we're actually really starting to show that in a very natural way. They didn't beat your head with it.
No, I thought actually the movie did a perfect job of showing that, like, Creed is incomplete without Bianca. Like, for everything that he does, she has, like, the exact, like, I don't know, like, yeah, she's, like, she has all the pieces that fit.
Yeah, they're the perfect, like, yin and yang.
And he, like you said, it doesn't beat it over the head. They do mention it, like, once perfectly when he proposes to her. So, and then later a little bit. But, no, I thought that was really good. Really
on that, I loved that she sang his fight song.
So, yeah.
Okay, so this was probably my favorite part. I love you. My favorite part of the movie. And it, every fighter has their, like, fight song that they, like, walk out to. And, she's a recording artist and she's losing her hearing, so music is really important to her. And, like, I mean, it was a great platform for her as an artist. But, she's singing his fight song. And one, it was just shot amazingly. It was beautiful and it looked so badass. It was really nice. But I loved that she led the way. So, like, he was following her while she was performing in the very beginning. And, obviously when they get closer to the ring, she kind of, like, branches off a little bit and he continues on. But she was leading the way. She was the... whereas not in that specific fight, in the previous fight, Victor was led by his father.
Yes.
Which I think was a cool not in that fight, but it was a cool juxtaposition to see hit the previous fight versus like how you're really supposed to go out and like following a person that is your champion, not your
and seeing
almost
chills
nemesis. I don't know.
Yeah, but they were kind of fated to fight. It was nice.
Oh, but it was so
There's
good.
a lot to talk about with this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
So one thing that came to mind too was I loved how what was it? So like the movie played a lot with actually let's go back to the training scenes real quick because I don't want to forget.
Okay.
So I actually thought that the montages in this movie were both like pretty awesome, and then part of what I guess maybe might have been a little bit of a drawback because it felt very much more like a Rocky movie than like a Creed movie. And those movies, and so like Creed was great because it told like a story and it told it pretty quietly and it told it pretty succinctly. And this is a much louder, bigger, like
it's a Rocky
faster movie. Yeah, it's much
but it's
more
not Rocky. But
so in terms of like Rocky movies, I think like the training montages were some of my favorites. But in terms of a Creed movie, I did think that it went too far into popcorn territory for me. That it kind of like was a point against it. Okay. But that desert montage, like training montage.
Okay, that's the one that I had an issue with.
Really? Why?
Because he was in the same clothes every time they went to like a different shot, and so it seems like he only trained for 4 days.
Yeah. That's all you need to train.
No, I just thought it could have been...
The clothes.
No, because... No.
Really?
No, it just seemed like there were all these, like, fast shots of, like, all these different things, like him working out, doing neck pull-ups, like, all this stuff. But it was like, oh, well, that's the same exact day. Like, I didn't see any progress between, like, day one and day... But, like... So that part just didn't get me. But I get it was really hard. Like, the stuff he was doing was, like, really, really difficult. Like, I did like the scene with him running. And yeah, I liked that. But it was just the fact that, like, I could see, like, he dug that hole all in one day. He did 1 day of neck pull-ups. He did 1 day of boxing with that really big, beefy, like...
I thought that was really creative, how they put that tire and they're like, toe-to-toe is how it's going to be in the ring.
Yeah,
so they could only fight that close.
That was
yeah,
crazy.
like they were in the middle of like
crazy.
A tractor tire. It's so cool.
And a little bit off topic of that, I'm trying to figure out if I'm just getting desensitized or if fights are getting more realistic and not like over the top like they used to be. Because I remember watching Rocky when I was younger and like the slow-mo punches to the face with like blood coming out being like so like jarring almost. But now I'm like...
I think they are getting more realistic.
And so they're not using as much fake blood. They're not using as much like, you know...
I know. I do think that they're being better shot and more realistic, and they're landing a little better. I think fight choreography has improved greatly,
oh my gosh,
and camera technique has improved.
The
greatly.
fight choreo in this was amazing. So I don't know how many of the viewers are like actual like fight people. I mean, I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm not well educated in fight, but I've definitely taken hand-to-hand combat and like very, very little like rapier, like. But
yeah, I thought they were great.
Oh my gosh, it was shot so well.
So speaking of shots, I don't know if you know this, but so Creed was directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther and everything, but this one was not. It was actually a new guy behind the camera, and Ryan actually, I don't know, I forget, and I should probably if he had a hand in writing Creed, but he didn't even have a hand in this. So Ryan Coogler was only executive producer. The reason why I brought it up is I thought that Ryan has a better sense. And you see this in Black Panther. He has a better sense of actors and story than he does action, which is why I think I like this movie's like fighting and like its like sense of speed and like staging and camera technique. I think this director, Stephen Caples Jr. Hopefully, I hope that's your name if you're watching, which I'm sure you are.
It in the description.
But no, Stephen Caples Jr. I think. He's kind of, I don't know, like I don't know him from anything else. I haven't seen his other work, but his use of everything, like the camera was amazing. And, like, the editing was awesome. I know it's not just him, but, like, the director pretty much pulls the whole thing together, and I thought he did a great job, and I thought where it lacked in story, it made up for in, like, technique and, like, staging. It was brilliant.
I kind of agree. I feel like the story was good. I think because we were jumping into a 2, like a sequel, we don't need a lot of like character development because the characters are technically already developed.
Yeah.
And I think as a movie, if you're just going to see it stand alone, it's missing a lot of that. Like, you jump right into the relationship between B and Adonis, and they're already like, they're in it. They're perfect for each other. They're, super relaxed, and that's great. So I think like the script aspect of it, like their dialogue, was really good. I think.
Yeah, it felt very real.
Yeah, it felt very real, very relaxed, very conversational. Oh, except for one scene, and I don't know. I don't know if it's what.
No. I'm trying to guess what it is.
At Adrian's restaurant, between.
Not between Bianca. Oh, I see.
No,
between Rocky and Ivan?
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like Ivan was just,
Stallone did co-write the screenplay this time with, I think, the co-writer of Creed.
Okay. It has nothing to do with the dialogue. I don't want to critique another actor's work, but I'm going to critique another actor's work. I just feel like Ivan was, like, at a 10 when, like, the movie was, like, set, like, at an 8. Like, it was very, like, I don't know, like, you killed my father, prepare to die, like, type thing. I mean, he was Russian, not that, but, like...
Spanish. But, yeah, I see what you mean.
But, like, it was just so intense, and just, like, the way, like, that just threw me out just a little bit.
I had a slight issue. I love seeing them on the screen together.
That was really cool.
But one of the issue I had with that scene was that it almost had to be in there, and I don't think Rocky would. So the whole reason Ivan visits Rocky at his restaurant is because he wants to face him, but also, like, Rocky hadn't heard that they publicly issued a challenge to Adonis. Which I'm like, I feel like he would have heard at that point. It was already nighttime. I don't know, but something about it made it seem like, maybe not, but like...
He doesn't seem like the type of guy that has a smartphone on him. And who's going to call him? Like, the fight commissioner? Like,
sure, no one really
who's gonna,
have anybody.
Like, he doesn't seem... Yeah.
Which they talk about. He doesn't have anybody. It made me so sad.
I know. But which makes the ending really good.
I know. So, yeah. And the ending was really sweet. One thing I appreciated, I don't know if you ever saw Rocky Balboa, like the 6th Rocky movie, and the last one that he actually like has a match in. But Milo Ventimiglia from This Is Us also played his son in that, and I had like in my mind, I'm like, I think midway through the movie, I'm like, I'm pretty sure he'll like reconnect with his son because he keeps talking about it in the movie. But I wasn't sure if they would bring him back for like what I would assume would be a tiny cameo. I'm like,
no, but his career is like taken off now. So of course you're gonna do this movie.
That's true.
Of course you're gonna.
But I just didn't know if like we're scheduling. Like, but I don't know. I thought it was nice that they brought him back.
Like, legit.
I know, but still, like, I just feel like it's so hard. Also because like a lot of movies like to like Halloween, for example. Retconned pretty much everything, like it canceled out. So like part of me also thinks like this movie could have easily been like everything after Rocky 4 doesn't count because Rocky 5 sucked and Rocky Balboa didn't feel really like it was part of the franchise, but they kept everything. Everything counts, and it's kind of nice. So that's why I was like they could also just had a new actor. But yeah, so I don't know if I have anything else to say in terms of this. I'll give my final thoughts in a second, but I'll let you go first. Final thoughts on the movie.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts on the movie.
I want to hear your final thought.
No, I want to hear yours. Ladies first.
So
she led the way when he went out to fight his last fight. You lead the way in this.
Okay, so final thoughts. I think it was a great movie. I think there was a lot of like women power in it, so I'm gonna totally support it. I think, are you giving our ratings right now?
We can. Although speaking of women, by the way, I just don't want to forget this. Felicia Rashad. That's all. She's amazing.
Oh yeah. No.
But like her, like in the scene where where Adonis says that she's gonna he's gonna fight.
Yeah.
Just her
her reaction.
I can't even describe it. It's so real.
But
In a lesser movie, she would have cried or something. When this was it's fine. You do what you want. It was very.
No, that was even too much.
The baby, yeah,
that was even too much. But it was the most woman answer
I felt
that you have ever gotten. It was mom scorned, but you do you.
Hard.
It was so good.
It made my stomach hurt.
Yeah,
it was so funny.
You're a grown man.
Barely.
You do, yeah. She didn't say that. She was thinking it.
Right. But yeah, okay, sorry. I just want to bring
it up. But also, she wasn't in the movie. I mean, she was in the movie a lot, but not a lot of.
She was more than, and as she should be, more than in Creed.
Right. But to watch her, she had a little mini arc going through, reliving, literally having to relive the death of her husband, and then going all the way through watching her son nearly die in the same exact way, and then going on and being there and cheering for him. And I thought that was really cute too at the last fight when B was standing up cheering and she's like, "I'm sorry," and then at the end, by the end, his mom is just standing.
She's also Oh, and one more. Sorry, I know we were doing final thoughts, but one more thing came to mind. Speaking of character development, I did really enjoy Ivan Drago's character development. I thought that was amazing.
That broke my heart.
One thing in the movie
broke my heart
that I was concerned about going in, spoilers, we'll put this in the description that it's a spoilery review, but I knew that it had to end and Creed had to win. There's no way, that'd be crazy if he lost one. Second movie where he loses at the end, not going to happen. How it would happen, I didn't really. I was like, how would they pull it off? And they pulled it off
kill him off
in the best way possible, I think. Which was in Rocky 4, Rocky feels guilt for not calling the fight sooner. In this movie, it's slightly different circumstances. It's familial circumstances and whatnot that causes Ivan to actually call the fight for his own son and kind of
I didn't take it that way.
Well, how did you think? Because he wasn't in the threat of being beaten to death like Apollo was in Rocky 4, so that wasn't the reason to call the fight.
Okay, but he was getting knocked unconscious. He wasn't going to die, but he was getting knocked unconscious, and I think I took it as, first off, let me go back just a little bit. So talking about his character development.
Yeah.
Oh my God, his relationship with his father. That he's just a machine to his father. That is crazy. And then to have his father repetitively use the fact that his mother left them because of the fact that not the fact that I lost, the dad lost. I mean, he said that later, but not for the fact that the dad lost, but because Rocky won.
Yeah.
That it wasn't
they were audible what? Whenever he would use that shit against his son, I'm like, that's so hard.
And I knew that she was gonna come to the fight, and I knew she was gonna leave, and I knew that was gonna happen. Just wanted to say that because I'm intuitive, and I got it. Anyway, so going back to why I think the dad threw in the towel, I saw it as he saw his wife leave, or not ex-wife now, I guess, but he saw his son's mom leave and saw the look on his son's face when she left and threw it in because, one, he was being physically hurt, and two, he was being emotionally hurt again, and he was finally stepping in and protecting his son. That's how I took it. A huge,
I can totally see that.
more
because it's so fucked up,
emotional level than just calling a fight, just
well, because one thing too that I thought was that he couldn't bear to see his own son get knocked out, because when he was knocked out by Rocky, the country basically turned on him. At least that's how he felt. And so I think there's also this let's go out with dignity.
Right. I feel whether he was knocked out or just lost, the country would have turned on him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel unfortunately for Victor, the country probably turned on him again anyway. So that's why I was taking it as I'm protecting you finally. And then they did share that hug at the end of
also, yeah, they shared the hug, and then Oh, cause you know what? Because also going back to, like, the mom didn't even give him a chance. Like,
No.
they basically were like, he lost. Like, before it was even called, they left the fight. And I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, give, like, stick around. So I think it is true. Like, his, like, even Ivan was like, oh, I know what's important now.
Mhm.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end, like, when they're training early in the movie, he's, like, chasing them with the car and they're telling them to run faster. And at the end, they're running side by side. So they've actually grown. And, like, to see a character like Ivan Drago, who, like, in the original was just, like, in Rocky IV was, like, basically a human machine, didn't have any personality, to actually, like, have, like, a full character arc as a villain. I was like, oh.
So then in this movie, there was two amends between two fathers and sons.
Yeah.
Someone became a new father and found his new purpose.
Yeah.
So there's a lot
in this movie.
Yeah.
Possibly too much in this movie, but
maybe, but it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I really liked the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably work out to it later.
Oh damn! I flip tires to the songs. Car tires. I mean bicycle tires.
You good?
I flipped a tire before.
I know. I saw you. I was there.
Mm-hmm. So anything else that you?
No. Let's get to the ratings. Oh well, here.
So my phone. Yeah, real quick. So just like off the top of my head, I think that it is a strong movie, like aesthetically and like pacing, editing, like as a film, like it is. It's wonderful to watch. It's so much fun. Like Creed made me emotional though because of story, and like this movie did also. Like I got tears in my eyes because of like how rousing the final fight was, like how intense like everything was, and how it made you feel like you were actually there. Because I think my only issue with it really is the story tries to pack so much in. So Adonis becomes world champion, has to avenge his father. They get engaged. He has a baby. Like so much happens in this movie that like I don't know. If Creed and Creed 2 were it, that would actually kind of make a perfect 4.5-hour movie. It won't be because this movie is going to make all the money in the world, so they're going to have to make a third one. I don't know where they go from there. So that's all. Like that's my one concern is that like you literally between the two movies packed in what Rocky had to pack in like 6 movies.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, but otherwise I thought it was great. What's your rating?
Out of.
Oh, we're doing. Championship belts.
Okay, so
1
from
to 5,
1 to 5
championship belts.
I'm going to give it a solid 4.
Nice. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I guess this is what we've been given things lately. We got to see like a really great film or a really terrible one. Also. 4 championship belts.
There you go.
There you go. So that's it. That's what we thought of Creed 2.
Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to like and share and subscribe to our page.
Also, if you want us to talk about any other movie that you like, old, new, whatever you want, leave it in the comments below and we'll talk about it.